So it was the second day of my day in Japan, and I had seen Bandmade. The next day I had to head out, go to Tokyo, and see Gungire and Dragdown. This was a release party for Gungire's album Incitement, their next mini album, and Gungire was playing. I was so excited when I heard they were playing together because I've interviewed both the bands, and it was a really cool just to be able to see them while I was there. I mean, it was a happy accident. I was going to take Juice with me from the BMCD because his phone was just not working in Japan. It was all locked out, couldn't access data, so he's going to have trouble getting there, so I was going to help him out. So I walked about 20 minutes to his hotel. We head to the train, get our tickets sorted out, get on a Shinkansen and head to Tokyo. We're going to Antinoch to see the concert. Finally, we do make our way to Antinoch, and here we are with the board outside of the venue saying who is playing, and it's Femtocell, Noel, Dragdown, Nabla 9, and Gungire. Now, I knew of Dragdown and Gungire, obviously, but I have never heard of Femtocell, Noel, or Nabla 9, so I didn't know what to expect. Juice needed some tickets anyway, so I was like, well, let's go down and see about getting you a ticket. To enter your way down into the venue. I like these venues because I got all the posters. Some of them have been up for years, old bands and stuff, and it's just cool to see that stuff. Here's Gungire's, their most recent one, and their previous release shows they did there. Kind of the first stuff I saw with Gungire was them at Antinoch. Rotten Vegetables video I saw was the first thing I saw from them, and I fell in love with them immediately. More posters. You guys might recognize some of these bands on here. Now here we have the great Antinoch logo. Stylized logo they like to reproduce. It's pretty freaking cool. Now, so when I did go down there, the venue was open. We went down, and as I was coming down the stairs, as I said in my previous video, I ran into Taichi, who is a bass player for Gungire, and I called out his name, and he turned around and recognized me. I didn't really know what to say, other than, hello, nice to meet you. So, hajimemashite. He said, Matsu-san, with the question, that I want to meet him. I said, yeah, let's go meet him. So we went back down the stairs, and I met Matsu, who plays guitar, and he said that Dragdown had just got done with their sound check, and they would be coming out soon. So I was like, oh, cool. So Kenji came out, and they were all surprised to see me there. I'm like, they knew I was coming, but it was early, so they were a little surprised to see me. And Tatsuki came around, the drummer, so I said, can we get a picture? And of course, we got a photo with them, which is super cool to get. And then we headed out, and we had to kill, an hour or two before the show. I think about an hour and a half or something like that. So we did, went and got some food. I got some eel. Here's half of it gone because sometimes I forget to take pictures, but I do love eel. It's one of my favorite things, and that's what I always get. Now, for the show, I didn't realize that we could actually take photo and video. There wasn't anybody doing it, so I just kind of read the room and didn't do any myself. For Dragdown, here is a little bit of their song Dirge from the show. This is their video they posted. Right here I am, looking the right side there. I'm over by the speakers. Yeah, Juice is there next to me. This is freaking awesome, dude. It was so cool to see this live. Afterwards, we did get some photos with the band, and here you see me getting a nice photo with the band with Dragdown. This is after the whole show, not just their set, but here's me and Kenji and Aikoku, and it was so cool to be able to stand there and just take a photo with them after seeing their music and talking to him via interview. Here's Juice, he got a photo with them too, and then here's a shot of Peter Lim with them. A really cool thing about Peter Lim showing up was, one, that he just showed up at all. It was cool to see him there. Two, he speaks English and Japanese. I had mentioned that that Dragdown and I couldn't really talk, and he said, hey, since I'm here, if you want to go talk to him, try and have a conversation, let's do that. I was like, dude, that's awesome, cool. So we went over to their table, and he said quickly to Aikoku, that he could translate if he wanted to, if she would like him to. And she was thankful for it. And she just wanted to say thank you for being so supportive of the band and sharing videos and commenting on stuff on X and YouTube and everything. And they were glad I was there. And I just told them, thanks for being an awesome band and showing appreciation for people that show you support. And I was just so happy to be able to see him live. It was a cool moment, so I thank Peter for being there, although he did get him to flip me off, for whatever reason. But that's fine. That's fine. Okay, now we move on to Gungire. I will say Femtocell and Noel are great bands. I recommend checking them out. I will put links in the description below. But here's Gungire. Here's a still of Nana just kicking ass on vocals, tight. And I'm sorry I don't remember the drummer's name, who was their support drummer. I tried looking up online who it was, and they didn't list him in. If I figure it out, I'll get it in the description below, because the dude really kicked ass. Here is a live clip of them. Here's a shot of them just getting set up to do the photo with all the bands at the end of the show. They all huddled up in front of the stage and got a photo with whatever crowd was left there. Kind of cool to see them all together. And here is my photo with Gungire and Chaotic Blue and Peter Lim. And they were so cool, man. It's cool to meet them in person, as I said with the other bands. It was just a cool moment, man. And Matsu was kind of holding my belly, and I asked him later, I'm like, why were you doing that? He goes, oh, it was meant to be a hug. Sorry if it was weird. Oh, this is Century and Cac Blue and Century's daughter, Chloe, who was there. It was cool to see them show up, too. There was a few people showed up. Peter Lim showed up. Richard Hogan was there. Michael Barber. A couple other musicians showed up from other bands. Pretty cool to see. But hey, that was the day. It was an exciting day. It was really cool to see the bands live and discover a couple new bands, which I liked and I talked to, and didn't get any photos with them either, because sometimes I'm not the brightest when it comes to doing this job. We'll have another video up soon. Thank you so much.